today we're going to go over 10 of ARK Ascended's hottest features. But stick around and find out what I'm going to talk about today, because these are really exciting features and they are really cool. You might learn a thing or two, so let's get into it. First one is a massive quality of life, and it is the Oviraptor. Now, these guys can pick up eggs before, but not quite like this. So in the wheel on the Oviraptor now, you'll be able to select if you want to collect unfertilized eggs or fertilized eggs. Now, I will say you want to feed them meat in their inventory before you do this whole process, otherwise they will eat the eggs as well. But basically they work like a wireless kind of hatchery in a way that you would kind of use in S+. So they just pick up eggs from an absolutely massive range, and they just pick them up and put them in their inventory. So you're going to be wanting to make your Oviraptors have a lot of weight, which in Ace you probably would have just wanted to kind of fill them with stone to keep them not moving. But in this one, you want them to have loads of carry weight. So yeah, you can have them on this setting all the time, or different ones, and they will pick up the eggs for you, store them in their inventory, and it is a nice little thing. So you can have your eggs picked up off the line. I did a little test on the distance on them as well. You can see I come out of my base, drop the egg, and it still picks it up from really far away, so it's an epic feature. Now, this feature is really good when it comes to building, especially if you've got lots of pieces to put down, and it's an absolutely cracking feature. Pretty much how this works is you hold down your Q key, and what this does is flicks through your inventory on your hotbar. You then use 0 or 9 to flick between different categories of your entire inventory just on your hotbar. So if you're building and you don't want to go to your inventory tab, you just do this and you can flick away, and then if you want it to go away, of course you just hold down Q again and it goes away. So this is a really neat feature. I love it, and it definitely makes use of having multi-hotbars. Dung beetles, one of the most handiest and greatest tames you can have that help you with your garden. However, they have changed in Acer as they are automatic poop collectors. They don't even need to be on wandering. They can just sit around and pick up poop, and they will do this from a large range. They don't need to be near the dinosaurs, and then they just poop and they just pick it up straight away. So they will store poop into their inventory, and it's wonderful. I love this new feature. Playing PvP, or perhaps you got stuck at a rock somewhere and you cannot get out. Well, there's a solution to this, but it does mean you will drop your back. So in your inventory now, on your implants, you can literally commit Sudoku. And this way you can get out of your cage imprisonment or the rocky hole you fell in. So you click the respawn button, and this will take down your character, and you will go ahead and respawn wherever you choose to respawn. It's a nice one though, because if you get stuck, you can remove yourself from the hole, and then if it was just like you're stuck in a map hole, you can always go back with a bit of foundation to grab your bag back. Next one, a lot of you probably won't see until a while because it is tech tier, but the tech binoculars have had a massive glow up. The tech binoculars now work a lot like the awesome spyglass, so you'll be able to see a lot of different data and information by looking around in these binoculars. They're super cool. They'll show you the colors. They'll also show you all the stats of the dinosaur as well. So this is a really nice little feature to have, and something to look forward to when it comes to tech with these binoculars. So they are way more worth using as well. They even see the mutations the dino have as well, so this could be something you could use and make advantage of when it comes to PvP scenarios to see how strong your opponents are and all that jazz. But it's a great piece of kit, and it helps you learn a lot about the dinosaurs you're looking at. Bolas, they're great, aren't they? But you don't always know whether your bolas work on something or not. Well, with the new UI changes, it will actually show you a red crosshair when you cannot bola something, and a green one when you can. It's the same with the chain bola, which can pretty much do anything. So if you're curious whether you can bola a dinosaur or not, now when you have this out, it will show green if you can, and it will show red if you can't, which is a really nice small change, because I know sometimes in the older version it was like, can I actually bola this? I can't remember. Actually, no, I can. So, you know, it's there, it's nice, and it's definitely appreciated. This next one is a game changer for me. I am in love with it. It's a wonderful setting, but the photo mode. And we're not just talking about photo mode in general, we're talking about a very special feature of photo mode. So now, you know, if you want to capture a screenshot and put it maybe at your house, or maybe you've made a museum, or maybe you made a gallery, Or maybe you just want to remember your favourite furry friend. Well, now you can go into photo mode and you can set it up how you like, set up the angles and all that. You could include your friends, whoever. But now you can actually save this photo and put it on a canvas. So edit it how you like. You scroll down to the bottom of the photo mode settings, and down there is a special category, and then you can go ahead and save it, and you can choose what you want to save it on, whether it's a canvas or a flag or something like that. Type in its name and then you are done. You can do this as many photos as you like, wherever you like. You might just want to, if you overdo this thing, want to clean it out after a while because you might have a lot to scroll through otherwise. But pretty much once you've got your photos, you go home, you load it up on your canvas, the one you want. It's going to take quite a few dyes because of course you're taking a photo. Luckily ARK has loads of new dyes and they don't weigh a thing now. They're not too bad to make either, so you're going to have to use a lot of dyes for these, but they are worthwhile when you can get that all up and running. And they create some really awesome photos. You can get even better ones. I really like the up close ones. Like the other day I saw someone with an otter photo on the wall on the canvas and it was so adorable. Even the flowers are nice. So yeah, this little change is so nice to happen to the game and it's a lovely little feature. Next cool feature is literally you can track any of your allies and your tribe mates. The tracking list is very extensive and you can do a bunch of things with it. It's really cool, but that's one of my favorites. You can do waypoints on your map as well and stuff like that. But honestly, this one is really quite cool because you can track your teammate, and then whenever you open your map, and you can statically just open your map and keep flying around, you can see where they're gone if you're trying to follow them into a deep jungly forest or something, and follow them towards a tame or something, or well, follow them back to their base or something like that. I think it's really cool. It is a little bit like, ooh, sometimes. I'm very interested in seeing how that's going to play out in Monarchy, but either way, it seems like a really decent feature, so I thought I'd mention it. Next one is the electrical system and the water irrigation system. This is now all wireless. Yes, you hear me right. Wireless. And with the electrical system, you don't need to use gasoline anymore when it comes to things like chem benches and industrial forges. The only thing you need to use gasoline on is your electrical generator, for the most part when it comes to household appliances. The water's also awesome. I'll show you a little example here just to show you how it works, because I know it can be quite confusing. And the nice thing with electrics as well, let me just add this on here, is that, you know, because it's wireless, you don't have any of this wire crap going around your base now. Now this has been taken in a 50-50 way, like a lot of people really like it. PvP community not so keen because it's now going to be harder to take down the jennies, to take down the turrets, because you're going to have to find the generator and not just break a cable. So that is a different aspect to gameplay you're going to have to get used to and figure out if you like it or not. But that is one thing. And then the water thing is also wireless, which is quite strange to me. But you know what? I like it. I'm down for change. And I never really liked those big ugly pipe walls anyway that people used to drag down from their bases. It just looked really weird. It didn't really make sense either because it doesn't have a pump system. So yeah, I like this one. So you pretty much just make a pathway with little wells and put an intake at the bottom. And then as long as they're all in range and they kind of connect up with each other, you can irrigate your house and have fresh running water at your house with absolute ease. You could also just use the water tanks to collect the rainwater, which is really easy in the island, to be honest, as well. So this is a really nice feature. It will also be very valuable when it comes to scorched earth. Next one is one I don't see anybody talking about, and I don't know why, because it's insanely cool that this is a thing. It is the AI and dino pathing. They're actually quite clever now, would you believe it or not? So they actually know when you have something on following you, how to go up a cliff. They don't just shag the bottom of the cliff now. They actually figure out how to go up the cliff to get towards you. And that includes going through foliage and up rocks. It's not perfect, don't get me wrong. It's not absolutely perfect. But give them a little bit of time and they figure it out. They know where to go and they will follow you most of the place and anywhere. I think one of the best ones I got of this, I did a little bit of footage, but it's a really cool comparison, is when I was leading my Rex by the Redwood River and the bottom of the volcano, and I was going up on top of this really big cliff. Now this terrain around here is like brutal. Lots of rocks, water, all sorts of things in the way, trees, But the Rex did the braining. The Rex figured out how to get to me. It did take a little moment, but he came right up to me and he figured out where I was, and that's just really, really cool. And it's not just that as well. You might have noticed in particular when trying to lead diners off a cliff, they sometimes just don't really want to go off the cliff. You kind of have to get in a bit more of a risky way underneath them to get them to drop down. It's things like that as well. They're a little bit more clever, but it's something I've definitely noticed when you have diners on follow is way less painful than beforehand. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed these 10 cool features that ARK Ascended have added to the game in the newer version. What are some features you really love that are in ARK Survival Ascended right now that I haven't talked about in today's video? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this video, hit the subscribe button. It really does help out my little channel right here as we are trying to grow it. This is my very new ARK channel, so we're giving it a good go. Anyway, thank you for watching. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!